After the launch of the Quest Pro, Kobra VR got right to work on a new gunstock specifically for the Quest Pro controllers. And here's what Falandorn has come up with. This is the MagLock Pro, and holy crap is it sexy looking. It's modeled after the M4 Carbine, or Carbine, depending on which persuasion of pronunciation you subscribe to, which is one of the most recognizable and popular styles of rifle in the world. But of course, what a VR gunstock looks like isn't important. What is important is how it performs in-game. And just how does the MagLock Pro perform? Well, let's jump into some games and try it out. Okay, so using the MagLock Pro is a dream. I used it to play matches in Onward, Pavlov, and Contractors and had a ton of fun. It feels great in your hands and plays great too. Tracking was absolutely perfect. The stock didn't hinder the Pro controller's ability to track themselves at all, and I was able to engage and take down targets with ease. It's a little heavier than my favorite stock, the Kobra Wolverine, but at the same time, not too heavy. It's just the right amount of weight, in my opinion. It has just enough mass to feel like you're holding a formidable weapon, but also light enough it isn't cumbersome. So who is this stock for? The most obvious answer is, of course, it's for someone who owns and uses the Quest Pro controllers. Your dominant hand controller is designed to fit snugly into this handle like so. And while a Quest 2 controller will fit in here, the stock is not designed to work with the Quest 2 controllers. Secondly, this stock is for someone looking for more of a simulation experience. In my opinion, this stock is not the best choice for fast-paced, competitive online play. You can use it in fast-paced games like Contractors and Pavlov, and it works quite well, but I feel the Kobra Wolverine suits those games' style of play better than the MagLock Pro does. The MagLock Pro is designed for you to be able to disconnect your dominant hand from the stock to more accurately simulate switching to a sidearm or to throw grenades and stuff. To disengage your hand from the stock, you just press forward with the heel of your hand and the magnets will release, freeing up your dominant hand to wield a pistol, to throw grenades, or to cycle bolt-action rifles. When it comes to using this for cycling a bolt on a sniper rifle though, I feel it's pretty slow and a bit clunky. This is not unique to this stock though. This is how I feel about all stocks that use magnetic attachments like this. It's much quicker to simply turn the rifle on its side and use your non-dominant hand. But if you're wanting more of a simulation experience, you want to be able to disconnect your dominant hand from the stock. While clipping in and out isn't exactly realistic either, using your dominant hand to cycle the bolt does just feel right. And I do have to say, the feeling of the grip clipping back in and the audible clack that comes along with it is actually quite satisfying. Personally, I'm a fan of the grip handles that Kobra VR uses. They allow you to grab on and let go like you would in real life. They're way quicker than magnetic docking and make cycling a bolt in VR a lot of fun. But that's just my opinion and personal preference. I'm not trying to take anything away from the MagLock Pro. In fact, one thing I feel I have to mention is how good this grip feels when using a pistol. The way the grip is molded makes it feel more like you're holding an actual handgun rather than a controller, and the added weight out front of the trigger guard and the magnets helps trick your brain all that much more. Not to mention, simply feeling the trigger guard there also helps with the level of immersion. To clip back in, you simply get the handle near the lower receiver and the magnets take care of the rest for you. I think Falandorn did a fantastic job with this design because clipping in and out requires a minimal amount of effort, but at the same time, the magnets are strong enough you get a good amount of pull with your dominant hand without it disconnecting from the stock. Like the Wolverine before it, the MagLock Pro has really good adjustability, allowing it to accurately simulate a wide variety of guns in different games. The front grip handle doesn't have much adjustment, but the design of the new shoulder stock adjustment is next level. I thought the way the shoulder stock on the Wolverine adjusted was awesome, but I feel this new design blows that one away. You just use this little trigger to quickly and easily adjust the shoulder stock to one of 6 different lengths. This allows you to make the stock extremely compact to simulate different submachine guns, or lengthen it out for a sniper rifle, or set it anywhere in between to match up with whatever gun you're using in game. There's also an adjustable cheek rest to help dial in the level of immersion that much more. One of the things I love about Kobra VR stocks is the ability to add additional modules to their stocks. The current designs of all their stocks have Picatinny rails on them, which allow you to add things like this hollow sight, which is purely aesthetic and does nothing to improve the user experience. But they also have their shotgun module, which allows you to simulate the action of a pumped shotgun and is incredibly satisfying to use, I might add. Then there's this bipod for the hardcore snipers out there who are looking for that added stability using a bipod provides. And for those who already own a DMR Wolverine and aren't all that excited to pay full price for a whole new MagLock Pro, Kobra VR offers the MagLock Pro module, allowing you to convert your DMR into a MagLock Pro. My MagLock Pro arrived in, I think, 7 different pieces, but assembly was super easy. The upper receiver piece arrived like you see here, so you just put the barrel onto the front end like so, and then tighten down this screw to secure it in place. You can then slide the front grip handle onto the lower Picatinny rail and secure it using the included Phillips head screw. I then placed the front sight on like this, and secured it in place with its screw. Oh, and just FYI, Falandorn does include the proper size Allen key for these screws with your stock. Next, I slid the shoulder stock onto the back end of the stock, pressed in the length adjustment trigger to get it past this screw and into its proper position. And then all that was left was to connect the pistol grip to the lower receiver like so, insert the magazine, and clip on the shoulder sling. The magazine can be left out if you prefer, as it doesn't serve any useful purpose in game, but it definitely does complete the look of the stock. And if you're worried about the magazine getting in the way, in all my playtesting, I never had any issues with it getting in the way while reloading or doing anything else, no matter which gun I was using in game. That's not to say I didn't encounter any problems with the stock when using certain guns though. Most notably is the lack of compatibility with the P90. The P90 is a weird little SMG that places your front and rear hands super close together, so the front grip on the MagLock Pro is a little too far out in front to use it with the P90. At first, I thought I could just move the front grip back on the Picatinny rail, but there's a little stop right here on the mount that prevents the grip from moving back any further, and for good reason. The controller would collide with the barrel, so you can't really move it back much further than it already is anyway. When using the P90, I found the gap here between the grip and the magazine is just the right placement for your front hand, so while not ideal, you can use the P90 with the MagLock Pro. One other problem I ran into was while loading shells into the Spaz 12 and M1014 shotguns in Contractors. My controller would collide with the front grip handle, preventing me from loading shells into the gun. I was able to find a workaround by bringing the shells in from the top and passing through the gun, but it's always a bit disappointing when you have something like this breaking the immersion. I checked to see if this was a problem in Pavlov and Onward as well, but as far as I can tell, this issue only exists in Contractors with the 2 automatic shotguns. The pump-action shotguns did not have this issue. The MagLock Pro is another fantastic addition to the Kobra VR family, and if you're currently rocking the Quest Pro controllers and looking for a stock to help you improve your aim and more fully immerse you in games like Onward and others, the MagLock Pro is definitely worth checking out. Subscribe!